Hi guys, this is Luckii with Luckii Sevens Tarot, and I have a really cool video that I want to do with you guys today, um, which is a tarot deck review. Now, I'm not being paid to do this review, but I do like to sometimes open up new decks, or when I get new decks, do videos for them for you guys. In case you're interested in the deck or you want to see how I go through the decks that I purchased. All right. So the deck that I'm going to be doing today is the Mermaid Tarot, right? This is by Lisa Peterson and illustrated by Julie Dillon. Now, I got this deck on Amazon. If you're interested in it or you like it or whatever, I will put the link below so you can get it yourself if you're interested. But I saw the pictures of this deck and I was just like in love with them. So I wanted to get it for myself and see how it would, if it resonated with me. You guys know, if you're not new to my channel, you've been here for a while, I have hundreds and hundreds of decks, but I use like a specific, maybe like 4 or 5 decks that are like my go-to decks. So I've been looking for like some new go-to decks, because who wants to use the same deck in every video? I don't know. I just don't. But there are decks that just resonate with me so well. And what I've learned about tarot over the many, many years that I've been doing this is that decks that don't resonate with me right away, as I grow, those decks grow with me. So what doesn't resonate with me initially, in a year, 2 years, or 5 years, that deck might actually resonate with me then. Like the deck that I've been using lately to do the most important messages, this deck here, when I first got it, I hated it. I was like, wow, the pictures are nice, but I really did not like this deck. I didn't resonate with it. And now I'm resonating with it so incredibly that I've been using it all the time lately, like with the month of February. So let's get into this. Now, I will say, first of all, the thing that I didn't like, and I almost sent it back. I got this on Amazon, obviously. And as soon as I got it, there's no packaging on the box. And the box came in damaged. So I thought like the cards were open, what have you. And they weren't, thankfully, because I almost sent it back. But not that that's a big deal. If you're new to tarot or you're trying to learn tarot, it's not a big deal if your cards are open. Like, you can get cards that have been used by other people that you trust as a gift. However, I just would like, I haven't done that. So I don't know, but let's look into this. Guys, this comes with like this really incredible book that I love. It's so super cute. It's a really big book, and look at the pictures in this book, guys. Like, these are, this is like a magazine. Okay, this is not like a regular tarot book that you see. Like, this is a true magazine. Okay, it's incredible. I really do love it. I feel like, here they've got all the stuff they talk about with the major arcana, the minor arcana. So if you're a new reader, this deck might be really useful for you. I bought it specifically because I like the colors, and I like the pictures. But they do have, I feel like it's an easy read, from what I've seen. Okay. The pictures in this book are incredible. Look at this. I mean, this is so amazing. The illustrations, wow. They really did an amazing job with this, guys. I love it. So I'm going to read to you what this deck is supposed to be about based on what they say at the back of the deck. So it says tarot divination with the magic of the mermaids and essence of the sea. The merfolk are teachers and guides born in a watery world of mystical mythology and powerful energy. This elegantly illustrated Rider Waite based deck invites you to receive the lessons and blessings of the spiritual realm, offering the insight you need to move forward through the challenges and barriers that we all must face. Now more than ever, the songs of the mermaid are calling the people of the land. Let their magic be your guide. If you know about tarot, every deck is very specific, especially like specialized decks. So this is a mermaid tarot, so there's going to be lots of under the sea and mermaids and whatever. If you own the Game of Thrones tarot, it's all Game of Thrones characters, what have you. So with this is like specific, and every deck is different. Every deck is not going to have the same meanings to each card. So I encourage you, if you're a new reader, to really look at your deck. You have to have a relationship with your deck. And if you don't have one, don't use it. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't use it until it does. All right. I wouldn't encourage you like sending it back. I would more so keep it. That's just me. I would keep it and wait until maybe there's a time that it resonates for you or a specific purpose. Like there are specific decks that I use for specific readings. If someone is wanting a love personal reading, there are decks that I'm not going to use because they want, this deck resonates more for finances or family life or whatever. And, there are certain decks that resonate for different stuff. You'll know. And it's something that you want to use your intuition about. Okay. So I'm going to open the packaging and we're going to look at every card and I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. Okay. Well, if I can open the packaging. All right. All right, guys. So starting off obviously with the Fool. Okay. I think it's just so beautiful. As you can see, like it's a really awesome, I love the colors. I love how she is walking out of the ocean. And it reminds me of like the Little Mermaid who, got her legs type of thing. So in this depiction, it's like she's walking on land for the first time, taking that risk. Okay. I will say off of first just feeling the cards, they're very thin. Okay. But I don't want to say very thin, but they're not thick. Okay. And look at the back of the cards. I love this. It's very beautiful. You've got the Magician here, and I love this. I'm telling you guys, this is so Little Mermaid for me. Like it looks like Ursula kind of looking at the Little Mermaid, casting a spell type of thing. And that's really what you kind of see in with the Magician, manifesting that power, right? Using their magic. And that's what you see in this picture. So the depiction is pretty spot on. You've got the High Priestess here, which I love. You've got the moon in the background. The High Priestess is a very spiritual card. And she looks like she's doing magic in this card as well. I'm actually going to just, we'll leave it like that. The Empress. Guys, I think this was the one card that made me buy the deck. First of all, I love the inclusion, okay, that it's not all just one color of person, and it's not all female, it's not all male. And she is pregnant in this depiction. Okay, you can see that she's pregnant. She's got long, luxurious, beautiful hair. And that is very indicative of the Empress. She has all this gorgeous jewelry on, and she's holding this beautiful seashell. So this makes me feel very abundant and like she has this opportunity for a new beginning that is amazing, an incredible blessing and gift. So the Emperor, I love this. He looks old, like I feel like the Emperor should look. Um, he's holding his staff. He's got, he's the King of Kings to me. Okay. Um, and if you're able to see like he's in really, really good shape, you know, I love it. We've got the Hierophant. Okay. And this is different. You know how we always the one of the depictions of the Hierophant is commitment, you know? Uh not all depiction, it is something that really talks about higher learning. Usually it's depicted by like a priest or what have you, and this is not a priest. This is, if you look, she is in a library writing in a really big book, like writing, it looks like she's, to me, kind of writing a story or writing her story. They even have books with names on them in the corner of the picture. Okay. um and she looks very regal. She's got the color green on. um I just feel like this is a really good depiction, but it's not true to the original depiction of what the Hierophant would look like. You've got the Lovers here. And I love this because it's like she's looking in the mirror at herself. And that is the dual energy, that Gemini energy from the Lovers that you're seeing. And it's like herself as a human and herself as a mermaid, which also talks about the choice that you have when it comes to the Lovers card, right? So that's really, really dope. Um, the Chariot. This is beautiful. It is a seahorse, if you can see. Okay. Um, and it's like, I just think the colors in this are amazing. Really, really beautiful. Okay. The Strength card. So it's funny because this is a whale. I had to look at it twice. This is a whale that is trapped in a net. Okay. And she is helping the whale. She is helping the whale to get untrapped. She's using her inner strength to do something that seems impossible, which is beautiful and a very great depiction of the Strength card. You've got the Hermit, which is depicted as a man octopus here, and he looks all alone, and uh there's some sort of light, that he's holding to see in the dark. Okay. And that is, I mean, that really is a huge part of the Hermit. Now, the Hermit is a very spiritual energy, and most people don't really talk about the spiritual level of what the Hermit can be. The Hermit can be that light in the dark. So this is a really dope energy, guys. The Wheel of Fortune, I love it because if you look, this talks about, let me put these down here. All right. So the Wheel of Fortune in this, you can see that um there are markings inside of the wheel. Okay. And I think this is beautiful. There are fish all around it, which indicate abundance. Okay. Justice, the scales of justice, right? And looking at it, there's a sword on one end and scrolls on the other. Okay. Um, I I think these cards are amazing. The Hanged Man, this is so beautiful. With this card, look, he's trapped. He's stuck in a net, upside down. Okay. Um, I really feel like this is such a great depiction. It's like he's been caught and he can't get out. He's stuck. His hands are behind his back. There's nothing that he can do. And he was taken out of the water. So you know what fish are like outside of the water. It's almost like being paralyzed. Think of it like that. The death card, okay? The death card in this depiction, wow. This is so deep, guys. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at the picture. Okay? Hopefully you can see that. But I'm going to explain to you what I see here. This is them dropping oil, a tanker ship dropping oil into the ocean and all of the sea animals dying. That is insane. This is such an insane depiction. I really love it. Wow. It's very deep. Very, very deep. And I've never seen that depiction before. Okay. You've got temperance here. Okay. And temperance, you know, this is that balance. All right. This is the balance that we want to see with the temperance card. She's obviously a mermaid in the water and holding two separate shells, but it looks like there's some energy of some kind. Maybe she pulled the shells apart from one another, but there is an energy here that is coming, you know, being given or coming from both shells. So it's really beautiful. The devil. Let's look at this. Wow. Wow. This is such a deep deck, guys. I did not even see how deep this deck really is. I'm kind of upset that these cards are so incredible and the stock of the card is not that great. If you look at this, the devil, she is a mermaid trapped on land. There are coins all around her. And she's stuck in a cage, you know. She's stuck in a cage. Her tail is in the water. It may just be that they used the coins as a trap. I don't know, but this is a great deck. The Tower. All right. So with the Tower, you can see that it looks like it is an underwater. Yeah, it looks like a building underwater. Where the top of the building is falling off. Interesting. The Star card. All right, the Star card, you see the stars. She's under the stars in the moonlight. Well, I don't even want to say moonlight. It's the starlight, really. And she's blowing her seashell trumpet, so to speak. Okay. The moon, now that is a moonlight. Okay. So you've got the moon here right behind her and it's lighting the way. You can see that she is singing in some way. You see the musical notes. Okay. I really love this. I'm going to have to really think about the musical notes. And I think the musical notes is like lighting the path that we see with the moon. The moon lights a path, lights a way when you can't see in front of you. And I think the musical notes could be like her singing to someone else for her to be found in that sort of thing, you know, that hidden energy from the moon. The sun, okay? The sun card is two children and a bunch of beautiful fish, which makes you feel the abundance. You know, it looks like they're holding their hand out to feel the warmth of the sun. I love this. You know, that's that young energy that you get from the sun, things being illuminated in the dark because you know that the sea is dark. And when the sun comes out, it's illuminating this area. Judgment. So with this card, look at how deep these meanings are, guys. Judgment. It looks like she's blowing bubbles from this trumpet, okay? And all of these people, or these mermaids, are being judged. They're stuck in bubbles, you know. I feel like this is so deep. And she, you know, she's sitting up there and she's doing the judging. She looks like she's in charge, making a call. The world. This is really beautiful. Okay? This is so beautiful. It's got a beautiful red-haired beauty holding the world. It's like Mother Earth to me. Overlooking it, okay? I feel like, you know, there's this stream, it looks like a circle around her of fish. And I think that's indicative of one, travel that we see with the world card, or change, right? Um, I think it's really beautiful, but it also talks about some level of protection that you do have with the world card, okay? The Ace of Cups. So we're done with major arcana. Now we're in minor arcana with the Ace of Cups here. All right. And looking at the Ace of Cups energy, this is a cup that's filled with all these beautiful things that has so much energy and vitality to it. Like, I think this is incredible. Such a beautiful card. The Two of Cups. Look at that Little Mermaid depiction, guys, where she's a mermaid and he's a human, and they're having to come together where he's on this boat to visit her. This is dope. Okay, the Three of Cups. I love this, right? It's, first of all, the diversity of this card is incredible, which I really do love. I like, you know, they're drinking tea in the ocean, which is super cool. They've come together. I just like this deck in general. The Four of Cups. Look at this energy, guys. She's come. He looks very sad. First of all, he looks like he's got liquor in his hand. You know, he kind of looks drunk and forlorn and sad, even not paying attention to the cups that are there. He's got all these empty bottles around him, not paying attention to the fact that here she comes with this full cup, you know, and he's by the water. He can get up and fill his cups, but he's not. He's not even using the cups to drink out of. Okay? This is such an insane depiction of the Four Cups. Wow. The Five of Cups, guys. Five of Cups. Wow. This is, okay, so she's very sad. And it looks like, you know, her cups have fallen over. She does have some comfort here from the seal, okay? And it looks like there's blood on the seal's back. I'm not sure if that's exactly what that is. I would have to maybe look at the book a little bit more. But she has two cups here. She's not paying attention to them. She's focused on the seal. Maybe it's that she's saying goodbye to the seal. You know what? That's what it is. I just noticed she has legs. So she's saying goodbye to the sea and sad, but not noticing now she's got this whole world in front of her where she now has legs. Okay? How amazing is this freaking deck? Six of Cups. All right. The Six of Cups is a depiction of a bunch of people kind of playing with these cups, different energies here. This is different. I would actually, because this is so different from the normal Six of Cups, this is something that I would have to read what their purpose is for this card, and why it looks the way that it does. Because usually the Six of Cups talks about looking back at the past and things of that nature, but I don't see anything past here. It could be the changes, the changes of emotion. Because here, if you look at this, they're happy, they're like being goofy. Here is kind of like they're in love. And here she's kind of by herself playing with both the cups alone. So it's like an evolution of change. Definitely could be it. The Seven of Cups. I think this depiction is incredible. This is such an amazing like energy, guys. All the cups there, they all have something different, and she's looking up at them, maybe trying to figure out, look, she's got a pearl in her hand and trying to figure out where the pearl is supposed to go in what cup. That's dope. The Eight of Cups. And here you've got the Eight of Cups where the man is sleeping, and here she is walking away from him. He's sleeping on the sand to go. She's going back towards the water. She's going back towards the moon, towards her life, and leaving him behind. The Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is represented by an elderly mermaid. It looks like a woman who has all these different options, okay? All this abundance. There's a smile on her face, if you can see that, Not my favorite card, but I understand it. The Ten of Cups, okay? Ten of Cups, it's looks like four people. It's actually depicted looking like four men underneath the bridge. In the background, there looks to be a woman. It could be a man. I mean, I don't know. Man with long hair. There's all these cups there, and it looks like they're celebrating. They're sharing in the abundance. They're sharing the wealth. Okay. I think this is a beautiful, really beautiful depiction of this card. The Page of Cups. I like this because this looks like a really little boy, guys. Like normally pages are like teenagers. We see them a lot, but this looks like, I don't know, he looks like 10 or 11. And there's this goldfish in the cup. Okay. And if you don't know, fish is a representative of abundance. When people dream of fishes and things like that, it can be abundance, it can be babies, it can be, the things that represent the Empress, okay? The water, all of that, emotions attached to it. And I love that I'm seeing that there. The Knight of Cups. So we see the Knight of Cups as a little bit of an older man, a young man, an older young man, older than the page. You can see that. And he's looking into the cup. Okay. He's looking into this cup that is over the water. He's not necessarily giving, it looks like. Maybe he's preparing to give in this depiction. The Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups. I love this. She is gorgeous. Okay. All this blue light. She looks very happy, very much in control of the emotion that comes from the cups, the water energy. The King of Cups. And the King of Cups in this depiction is kind of dark, but he looks very much in control. I love, look at that. He's got like scales on his body and everything. This is I love it. He's surrounded by really big fish. Now we're getting into the wands, guys. So Ace of Wands energy. And I love the colors here that they were able to use. Because wands is that fiery energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Two of Wands. He's holding on to the wands and in the water. I love the tattoos or the henna or whatever it is that's on his body. And he's looking at the smoke in front of him, the volcano, the smoke coming from the volcano. And if you look, there's a wave there. The waves are trying to push him forward towards steadier water. But he's just looking. He's just holding on. The Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands in this depiction, she's got three wands here that in some way, it kind of looks like they're trapping her to some degree. Maybe she's building. It could definitely be that she's building. She could be trying to build like a home, what have you. I don't know. But this is beautiful. I'm going to have to look into the book for this, what they were trying to depict here. You've got the Four of Wands, okay? And the Four of Wands, they're both sitting on the sand. They are underneath like this beautiful moonlight looking at the volcano together with a picnic. And it really does embody like commitment. The moon representing the emotion along with the embrace that you see between the two. And this looks to be like a man and a woman. The Five of Wands. This is definitely a different depiction because normally we see the Five of Wands as five younger people like fighting with each other or trying to put things together and is not kind of working. In this depiction, we see them all steadfast, almost like they have a common enemy and they're fighting. You know, they're ready for a fight, which I really like that depiction. The Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands energy here, she's putting on a show. She's putting on a show and it looks like she's about to swallow the fire, but people are watching her. Okay. I'm going to have to really look into what they were meaning in reference to this. If you guys know, or you want to comment down below and let me know what you think about these cards or the depictions of the ones that I'm not seeing, or if you see anything I don't see. Seven of Wands. Look at that. It's like they've got an invader and they're ready to fight. They've got their guard up towards this invader in, you know, this guy that's snorkeling in their, you know, in their sea. And they're ready to fight. And he looks as though, you know, yes, he's in a higher, if you're looking at this picture, he's in a higher position and he looks like he's defeated, but he's not defeated yet. Okay. He may be a nice person, you know, and end up befriending the mermaids. Okay. Which is what we know of the Seven of Wands. So the Eight of Wands, wow. It's like, this is amazing, guys. It looks like she's coming out of or being shot into the water coming from like a fiery volcano, which is the energy of the Eight of Wands, of things happening really, really fast. Could even be some, you know, maybe she's going to deliver a message of some kind. The Nine of Wands energy. And with the Nine of Wands, look at this card, guys. Oh my goodness. He is lighting all these torches that you see around the fire. He obviously is unburned by this, but he is lighting the torches, which I feel like it's lighting either to protect others or protect the fire itself, the volcano itself. Okay. trying to put a guard up. He's on the inside of it. So the 10 of Wands. Look at this depiction, guys. She is carrying a load of wands on her back, very heavy, okay, and trying to get away from danger, it looks like, okay? She looks very steadfast, like she's got a goal and she's going after it. But it may, if these are over her head, like we know in the actual for the actual 10 of Wands, original 10 of Wands, it could be something that she's not seeing clearly because it's over her head. It's covering her ability to see things clear. The Page of Wands. First of all, this little girl looks like a grown-up version of Moana, which is so cute. She's like a little, looks like a little mermaid. She's got the wand in her hand. I mean, it's pretty indicative of the Page of Wands. The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, first of all, he's gorgeous. His hair looks amazing. He looks very steadfast. He even, look at his, I don't know what they call it, his tail. But he's got like shark fins on it, which it talks about, the Knight of Wands is something that happens fast. Like this is usually a steadfast type of energy, quick change, things like that. And I feel like that's the reason that is depicted. It shows his ability to like move forward quickly, maybe without thinking clearly because he's still a knight and not a king, right? So the Queen of Wands, OMG. Look at this. Look at how beautiful she is. She's got the most amazing headdress on, holding fire in her hand. Like she is holding the lava coming down. It's coming down from her hand, which kind of tells me that, she's responsible. She has the ability to take action. She has the ability to warm your house or light it, burn it to the ground. That's the energy that I feel from this. Then the King of Wands energy. Look at that. The King of Wands, he's got he's not even a mermaid for real. He's like half shark, half human. Which talks about how quickly he can move forward, and how strong he is. Look at all the tattoos and how he's muscular. His face is very chiseled. He looks a lot older than the knight that we just saw. I love this. This is such an amazing deck. Pentacles. This is the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. Pentacles is all about money. It's all about security, all of that. And in this, it's the Ace of Pentacle on, what is that? A chest, some sort of treasure. You see the pearls hanging out, the coins right there, and the pentacle on top. That is so incredible. I freaking love this deck. This is my new favorite deck, guys. So you are going to start seeing it for March readings for sure. Then you've got the Two of Pentacles, and you see a rabbit standing on a fish, juggling two pentacles, okay? And doing it with his feet. You see people watching. This is a depiction to me that's like the instability of trying to juggle more than you can handle. And he's not just juggling with his feet, he's also juggling with his ears, okay? So to me, it's like, yeah, there's some level of instability that you have in this situation, but also some level of control as well. The Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles, let's look at this. So you see a pentacle here, and she has a pentacle in her hand, and there are lotus flowers that are over top of these, okay? And if you look, there are people here. It looks like frogs, like these are frogs or fairies in some way. I have no idea, but they're working together to help her. And it's like, or she's coming in and wanting to help them. And I feel like this is so awesome. Really, I feel like because she's the one that has the top to the plate or whatever this is, this bowl that they're putting the lotus flowers in, it's like they're all coming together to help her fill the bowl with the abundance of lotus flowers, which is dope. That's really indicative of the Three of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. She's got four pentacles around her neck. And she is sitting there, and because they're around her neck, it's like she does not want to risk them coming off. She is protecting them, especially even, look at how long her hair is. She's protecting them with her long hair and kind of, I definitely see where they were going with this. I like the depiction. I think it's dope. All right. Five of Pentacles. This is a great depiction, guys. If you look, he is sitting there and it looks like he is in rags. Okay. He's under the tree by the water in rags. And she is trying to give him these five pentacles, right? But he is not looking up. He doesn't see the abundance. He is focused on his pain, on his loss. Okay. That is so, this might be top 3 of the best decks that I've looked at as far as like newer generation, that the depictions and illustrations match the depiction of what the card originally means, which is so beautiful. Six of Pentacles. If you look, they're all blowing bubbles, and in the bubbles are all pentacles. And they're blowing them away. What do bubbles do when you blow them? They float away. They're giving to other people. That is amazing. So amazing. You've got the Seven of Pentacles, okay? And the Seven of Pentacles does talk about doing the work and being patient. If you notice in this picture, she's pregnant. So they're having to wait for their abundance and kind of looking over all the hard work that they've done, getting ready to reap the reward of this baby that's not here yet. But they've got the bassinet, they've got the pentacles hanging over, and they're kind of waiting. In this depiction, they're being patient, but you can tell that there's a level of impatience there by them looking at, the bassinet and all of that, waiting on the child to come or be born. So I freaking love this deck. I can't even tell you. All right. The Eight of Pentacles. And if you look, the Eight of Pentacles, we know, does refer to working hard, and if you see the depiction, there's a bunch of people sort of coming together, and it's like the one girl, they're coming to bring things to this girl, and she's paying them. The Eight of Pentacles. It's like, this is me giving you the reward for your hard work. I love it. The Nine of Pentacles. She's alone in, it looks like to be a well where there's 9 pentacles over top of her. And she's kind of stuck under the water, maybe peeking out. There could be some definite fear there. I would have to look into that a little bit more, but I do see the correlation. The 10 of Pentacles, and you've got the 10 of Pentacles here with beautiful women of all generations. Look at this, guys. There's young women and elderly women. It looks like the family, right, that we get Uh, this could also be the abundance that, from the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles talks about longevity, which we see with the elderly people there and the younger ones, and the abundance that you need to give to younger generations, etc. That comes from the Ten of Pentacles, with all these fish and the pentacles surrounding them, and the sunlight coming through the water over them. This is so amazing. I love this deck. The Page of Pentacles. I love this because, first of all, he looks so happy. Okay. And he's holding this pentacle ready. It looks like he's ready to kind of give it away. And it's like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But I don't see, no, I do. I feel like this is the blessing. Okay. This is the blessing. He's got two fairies, it looks like, there that are coming along with the pentacle. Okay. Which do represent air as well because of the wings. The Knight of Pentacles. I love that the Knight of Pentacles is a girl. I'm sorry, but that just made my day. The Knight of Pentacles in this deck is a girl. And if you look, she's working through, she's writing down in a book, okay? Maybe her goals or her plan. She's got the pentacle there by her side, but she's really methodical about what she's doing. She's thinking it through before she does it, which is exactly what the Knight of Pentacles does. That's why it's a slow moving, beneficial card to have. The Queen of Pentacles. This is so beautiful. Look at the pentacle over top of her headdress. She is cloaked in white, this beautiful white gown. Her hair is amazing, long and braided. And it, the headdress represents the growth. And you can see the pentacle there that she's holding, the energy that's coming from it. I love that. Like she has all the power. You've got the King of Pentacles here. He's wearing a pentacle ring, guys. This is so amazing. Which represents that stability that we know from the King of Pentacles. If you look, he has a very earthy sort of headdress on, and he's dressed in green. And if you notice, the Queen of Pentacles has the green as well. And green to me reminds me of greenery, which is an earth tone type of color. What I think of when I think of like the forest and the earth. So you see that here, right? And it looks, the headdress, it's coming out of the cards. Okay. If you look up here, the headdress is coming out of the card, which represents like how intelligent, what a deep thinker this King of Pentacles is. Okay. Now the Ace of Swords. I love this. This is the sword on the deck of a boat, it looks like, that is now submerged and underwater. So a boat that has, been lost at sea, damaged even. Okay. And there's even like scrolls on the, or not scrolls, but like, I don't know what they're called, but it's like in it might be scrolls, like in the sword. Huh. I love this, guys. These cards are amazing. You got the Two of Swords, okay? And the Two of Swords usually is like a battle. Here's what I love about this card already. Look at this. So you have the light and the dark. And that is exactly what we see with the Two of Swords. It's like fighting within yourself, being internally conflicted, not making a decision because you are fighting between maybe some negativity and some positivity. And it's like being torn in between the two. And I feel like that's exactly what you have here. This could also indicate that two men are fighting over, um, one of these mermaids. Okay. And if you look, one of them is a mermaid. Now that I'm looking at it even deeper, one of them is the mermaid. Look at his leg. And the other one is a human. And this is like the two fighting between being human or being a mermaid and being in the sea. Man, I feel like I'm going to buy this deck like 20 times. Okay. 3 of Swords. Wow. Wow. I don't think I've ever had emotion. Let me just tell you guys, first of all, I love animals. I'm an animal lover, but my first love of animals came from like whales. Okay. I'm probably not the only one, but I've always been in love with whales, always been in love with dolphins, more so whales, but dolphins too. And then I started loving dogs and all animals just in general. And if you are an empath, you know what I'm talking about. To see this card of this whale that has died and beached itself, guys, like, this is so sad. And I don't think I've ever had a deck evoke so much emotion in me. Like, wow. Wow. That's all I can say. This is such an amazing, amazing deck. I can't. The 4 of Swords. This is interesting. So this is a mermaid that she looks to be in some sort of box, okay, with the 4 of Swords surrounding her, but then all the other animals sort of surrounding her as well. I don't know if she's dead. She might be. And they're like at her funeral type of thing. I'm gonna have to look at this. Like, look at the meaning of that. The 5 of Swords. Oh, wow. So this is, look at this, guys. The 5 of Swords, if you look at the depiction here, these are all, they look like young, they look younger. They just have white hair, okay? So this is in the cold area, which would cause cause them maybe to have white hair, but they look very, very young in the face. And it looks like they were competing with one another and somebody got hurt. And they're kind of realizing that there's this, that this one isn't, it's not any time to play anymore. And then you've got the penguin here that's kind of rubbing on, trying to console the one who's hurt in this picture. Like, wow, I love it. 6 of Swords. Look at that. He's riding a seal on his swords through the ice. Wow. That's that forward movement, moving forward quickly that we see with the 6 of Swords. 7 of Swords. It looks like, to me, with the 7 of Swords, that there was a chest full of swords and there's 3 of them there. And maybe they opened the box of swords and tried, they're looking them over, maybe going to steal them or take them. Okay. It's pretty flat on. The 8 of Swords. He's very, very stuck, or she's very stuck. We don't know if this is a man or a woman. No, it's a woman. You can see the breast there. But the swords all around. She's even got like something in her mouth keeping her from yelling, keeping her from screaming. a blindfold, all of that that's there. You know what? That's a sword in her mouth. That is a sword in her mouth. Wow. There's a definite deeper meaning to that. Being unable to speak up, being unable to, that could definitely be one of those things. The Nine of Swords. Now we know the Nine of Swords is worry, anxiety, fear, all of that. And if you look, he's got this tent going on the cliff, and it looks like she is like, hey, what are you doing? You can come, it's safe, what have you. And he is crippled in fear. He doesn't even, he can't move, okay? He's afraid. He could even be afraid of her. You never know. Well, I will know because I'm going to read the book. This deck is too good not to read the book. The Ten of Swords. Oh, wow. Look at this, guys. Oh, my goodness. So, obviously, the swords are in his back, right? He's dead. You see the blood. But you see his soul being swept away. Or this could be a memory that he had. I mean, kind of looking back at the past, looking back at who put the swords in his back, because he's facing forward, but his, the soul part that's here is looking back like, I see that. I seen you. Oh my goodness. How deep. The Page of Swords. I love this. So the sword is being revealed. You can see it looks fresh. It looks new to her. And it looks like there's like light up here, which would be indicative of the Page of Swords being like truth and all of those things. Epiphanies, finding out something. The Knight of Swords. I love that it's a woman again, and I really love the water that looks to be like a dress. It kind of looks like a dress, and she's coming out of the water, and she's holding this sword. She's by herself. There's no fish, no nothing, which is indicative of the Knight of Swords. And look at the armor on her. That is some armor. She is definitely protecting herself. Even she's got armor in the shape of snowflakes here, so nobody can get in her head. And it's a sword, so this is a very mental sort of energy. I love it. You know what? Now that I'm thinking of it, I was trying to do the comparison with the Queen, and this is the Knight. Looking at it from a Knight of Swords perspective, this is the wave pushing it further, feeling like pushing her quickly, which is what we know from the Knight of Swords, pushing this knight very quickly through the water. So it's like she's coming and she's geared up for a fight. And then you got the Queen of Swords, who again is alone. She's got a very stern face. She looks very beautiful. I love the lipstick on this. Her hands are tied tightly around this sword. She's not letting it go. And she's got some heavy armor on as well. Okay. I love the crown she has on her head. It's so beautiful. And then our last card for this deck is the King of Swords. And if you look, he's holding his sword and he looks to be in really deep thought. And there's like this wind blowing He could be out of the water and that's breath coming from his mouth, but it's like he's in thought. He's got to figure out what to do with this sword that he has. What is he gonna do? There's decisions to be made here. All right. I love this. This deck, guys, I'm sorry, but this is worth my money. I have bought the what is this deck called? The Modern Witch Tarot deck. This deck here that I always use in every video. I might have bought this deck at least 10 times. And I bought, there's another deck that I have, the Light Seers Tarot that I bought like 10 different times, right? And I'm sure there are others, but this deck here will definitely be bought more than once, especially because I don't like the stock in it, but the cards, maybe some of the best cards that I feel like I've ever resonated with ever before, like in a deck immediately. I love it. It's incredible. I hope you love it too, guys. You will be seeing it on my channel for the month of March. And I hope you liked this video. If you did and you thought this was helpful, even if it helped you, like maybe you don't like the deck, but maybe it was helpful for you to learn a little bit more about tarot or something of that nature. One of the things I do want to let you know is whenever you get a new deck, you need to do with each and every card, one, you have to look at every card and develop, that's how you develop the relationship with the card. And then you want to air out any negative energy from each individual card. And then you want to either sage or palo santo your cards, do your vibrational, you know, all of that. If however you do your cleansing of your cards, and then keep them with you for a couple days before you actually do the reading. I've actually kept them with me before I open the deck. So I'm good to go. I just have to do a cleansing, and then I will do my own spread for myself, just to let the cards know of my energy and get a grip on theirs. And then boom, we're good to go. So if you're interested in learning tarot and you don't know where to start or how to even go about, you know, this whole thing, that's what I would recommend you do. You know, when you started with a new deck, make sure that the energy is cleared from each individual card. Make sure you love the cards and you have a strong connection to them, which will make it so much easier for you to read the cards and everything. And then you can do what you like as far as cleansing them and then doing your readings or what have you. You don't have to do a reading on yourself. I don't do readings on myself unless I get a new deck that I'm trying to introduce. And once I do, I only pull 3 cards, and it's usually just the most important messages I need to hear. I don't ask any questions. I don't ask any specifics. All right. I let the deck do the talking for me. So that's what I'm going to do here, guys. I hope this was helpful. I appreciate you. I love you guys. And I got mid-month videos coming soon. So stay tuned. All right. Peace, love, and blessings to you always. Bye-bye.